I never thought I'd see the day when I would cry for Severus Snape. Nearly 2 years after the release of Deathly Hallows, I was just watching a video about someone's take on The Prince's Tale. Well, not really someone's take, it was a bunch of fan art and some quotes. And seriously, I had tears in my eyes. No, Snape was never my favorite character. After book 6, I started to believe in, maybe possibly Snape was in love with Lily, but wasn't quite sure. And the whole Severus please thing when Dumbledore died was, at first I thought it was Severus please help. But the summer Deathly Hallows came out, right before Deathly Hallows came out, I was discussing Snape with one of the fencing counselors at camp. Those guys were awesome. Anyway, a podcast that is no longer updating, which I wish it was, called Serious Discussion. It was a Harry Potter podcast, Sirius, Sirius. Yes. Sorry, I thought I misspelled Sirius for a second. Anyway, they were saying how maybe Snape was good, maybe Snape was evil, and then someone brought up Snape was for Snape. And then I started latching on to that, because I thought Snape was for Snape. He was doing what he thought was best. He was a Slytherin. And as Phineas Nigella said, Slytherins are brave, but given the chance we will always save our own necks. Or something like that. So I thought that he was for himself. The fencing teacher, coach, counselor, person I was discussing it was adamant about Snape was for Dumbledore, and I wasn't quite sure about that. I remember at the last dance, the banquet dance, my friend and I, because the counselor, because Deathly Hallows came out right before camp ended, and I didn't get it until I got home. And I saw Order of the Phoenix that night too. Just a short rant off there. Did anyone catch the funny part of the not Deathly Hallows, of Order of the Phoenix, when they show Fudge on the Daily Prophet, and the headline says, "All is well," or "All is well this way." To you. Anyway, that was kind of funny. Anyway, so my friend and I were standing in the light because the counselor, he was reading Deathly Hallows, and the funny part was when we stood in the light, he was like, my light, and he was at a really good part. I have no idea what part he was at because I never got to ask him because he never went back. Sad, I miss him. Anyway, so my dad and I concluded at the end of book 7 that Snape was the true hero of Deathly Hallows. I mean, Harry, of course, but it was Snape who did it, and Neville. Neville became completely badass, and I got new respect for Molly Weasley. Not my daughter, you bitch! Nice. I had never known Molly Weasley to be that awesome, and if I ever met her, I'd be like, you are awesome. Unfortunately, I will never meet Molly Weasley. Anyway, yeah. So, besides the fact that we concluded that Snape was the true hero, we also said that Snape was not for himself, nor was he for Dumbledore, he was for Lily. Snape was always for Lily. It was neither good. He did what he thought was right because the woman he loved was dead. I really, I didn't even cry when I read The Prince's Tale, which is kind of weird. But today, when I watched a video about it, I was like, oh, Snape, why? Yeah, you never, outside of Harry Potter, start reading it, you don't trust Snape. Because it's first-person limited narration, which means you only see inside the thoughts of one character. if you didn't know what that meant. Which meant what Harry saw, we saw, even so he could see something wrong. It's not like looking into a pensieve, where a pensieve is a memory, but not someone's take on the memory. A pensieve recreates a scene. And you see in book 6 how Slughorn tries and modifies this memory, very crudely done. Because pensives don't show points of view, or else when Harry went into the pensieve the first time, he would have been Dumbledore instead of seen Dumbledore in book 4 when he went to see the trials in the pensieve before he knew what it was. But the books aren't like a pensieve, which is what I'm trying to say here. Harry at the outset says, basically, I don't trust Severus Snape, so, most of us anyway, me I know definitely didn't, we don't trust Severus Snape either. Because, well, I know I didn't because I followed Harry completely, believed everything he said, because when I started off with the books I was 5, so. And I reread everything and see different things that when I reread the books I see, oh, that's used in book 7, and oh, that's important in book whatever. The whole tying in the Horcruxes. What with the diary in book 2 revealed that it was a Horcrux in book 6. And of course, the invisibility cloak, and I don't know if I've mentioned this in one of my previous videos, but it is a classic case of something that is used a lot in productions, stage productions, and it is, if you not hang a wall, sorry, I'm not re-recording the entire video, so you're just gonna have to bear with me here. If you hang a gun on the wall in Act 1, you will most likely use it in Act 3. And that's what the invisibility cloak was. And also this first snitch that Harry caught in his first Quidditch match, even though that wasn't as important as the invisibility cloak, though it did hold the resurrection stone in it. And I remember rereading book 5 when I started rereading book 5 like 2 weeks ago. I'm now on book 6 again, and like 200 pages left. Anyway, when they're cleaning out the 12 Grimmauld place, these whatever this not even a sentence. It was listing off the stuff that it was like a fighting snuff box. What else was there? A pair of robes that strangled Vaughn. And then this chain of words. A heavy locket no one could open. Why? And I was just thinking, I remember looking at it and thinking, a heavy locket no one could open. I spent like minutes on that, just that group of words right there. Because I'm like, if Dumbledore was there when they were cleaning out the burrow, he probably wouldn't have died. Well, he would have died because he made a deal with Snape. But he wouldn't have like had to go through all that. Don't kill them, don't hurt them, nefarious potion fake locket. But if they didn't get the fake locket, then Creature wouldn't trust Harry. It's just so much. Like, my friend saw me rereading Half-Blood Prince, and he's like, Snape kills Dumbledore in that book, right? He's like, I was like, yeah. He was like, is Snape good or evil? And I'm like, it's just like kind of hard to explain. It's like, he was good. So it was like, was Dumbledore bad? And I'm like, no, Dumbledore was good. So why'd he kill Dumbledore? It was on Dumbledore's orders. It's just, you can't explain the reasons for Half-Blood Prince to someone who hasn't read Deathly Hallows. And that's why I don't like when people just watch the movies. Not against you, just frustrating. Peace out, guys. Doo-doo.